These videos are not for children. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I am a massive fan of Sonic the Hedgehog. It, besides Pokemon, is my favorite video game franchise. And Sonic, Pokemon, aside from DC, Marvel, are my favorite pieces of media ever made. My favorite part about Sonic, aside from the games and the shows, is the fan content and, in general, just the extra content surrounding it, which includes through stuff in real life. And today I want to touch on a niche part of the Sonic series that isn't really well known or that talked about. The series' officially licensed statues and where they went over the years. We'll start with this one of Sonic & Tails and Toys R Us, which was made around the time of Sonic 2, most likely, where these things were purchased at Toys R Us stores to promote the game that's being sold, and that's it. These two you've probably seen in some private collector's editions, where some of these statues you can actually buy, and honestly, I don't really know why. These kind of creep me out. Like, just look at that face. But hey, it's not as bad as the next one. What the fuck am I looking at? Yeah, this is a very early Tails statue and the first one to be made, to my knowledge. Yeah, I don't like it. Like, no eyebrows, the giant grin, his forehead is so fucking big. Like, it's not that huge in real life, but like, Jesus Christ. There's also this Tails statue for Sega World Sydney. You can look up a photo of it online, standing in a warehouse. This is the only image I have of it in the park. I don't know where this one went, but it's actually pretty massive, because it doesn't turn up with the other Sega World statues. Like, there's this Knuckle one that was also in the park that was near the Tails statue, and there's the more known Laughing Sonic statue based off some artwork of Sonic laughing like Felix the Cat, and here it is on set, where instead of having open eyes, it has closed eyes. And well, back in 2018, a YouTuber, I think since Spaceys, he found Knuckles and Sonic on private property, most likely in an old storage house, and Sonic's color's more dull and he's missing his eyes. We don't see Knuckles since he's behind this trash bin, but we haven't had any update on them since 2018 or 2019 when they were found. And they don't seem to be that bad in shape, but since it's 2026, it's hard to tell. Next up is this one from, I actually don't know where the hell this is from, but it's a classic Sonic statue that was actually repainted to become modern Sonic, and it got shown later on. Despite being repainted, it ended up being dismantled and was most likely thrown away. Yeah, there's going to be a pattern here. Speaking of patterns, this leads me to the next statue and the second most well known. My personal favorite, the Sonic and Sally statue, or as I call it, the Sonic Sam statue. This statue, I call it that because it has Sally Acorn, who was Sonic's ex-girlfriend before Amy Rose. She debuted in the Archie comics or the Sonic Sam cartoon, where it was about Sonic and Sally leading a group of freedom fighters to fight a more demonic serial killer-like version of Eggman. The show is actually really good. I really want to cover one day. This stood outside Sega World Sydney and was a full opportunity for guests. You can see many classic photos of it in the 90s. However, after Sega World closed, the statue disappeared and wasn't shown anywhere near the demolishing. And this is where these motherfuckers fuck up, because in 2018 the statue was found by a YouTuber named Sin Spaceys once again. So what's the problem? This. Yeah, so he found it in a junkyard and the same area, and it looks goddamn horrendous. Sally's missing her limbs, her arms and legs. The paint is scratched. Sonic is missing a fucking arm. and he has a crack in his arm where the podium that he's supposed to be on, as seen beforehand, originally stood. And another thing I want to point out, this isn't confirmed or anything, but this looks like it was done on purpose, because you look at the original statue, it has a podium where they're on, the podium is gone. And you look at Sonic's arm right here, you can see like some type of blading. Like it looks like this was cut with a chainsaw and then placed here. Why? I don't fucking know. And the most annoying part about this is that the owners of the junkyard refuse to give these away or let them be fixed. Why? I don't fucking know. Like, at goddamn all. But they just refuse to let these get sold, even though they're just keeping it for the sake of keeping it when it's not supposed to be outside, especially in the fucking mud like this. This is a one-of-a-kind statue, it's just wasting away. And then in 2019 there was the flood, and they got knocked down. And then, I don't know what the goddamn hell happened, but 2024, Sally's head got blown in front of this train, and Sonic fell down, and his other arm is now off. So yeah, they were originally like this, ended up like this, but still could be saved, and now they're fucked. Why? This is why we can't have nice things. I don't know how you have a one-of-a-kind statue or a one-of-a-kind piece of work or whatever the fuck it is, and then you just let it rot and decay on purpose for years on end. Let's move on before I crash the fuck out. Okay, so this next one I thought was originally a Jazzwares figure, but yeah, that's right. China has a giant building-sized Sonic statue. Like, this is the background work of it, and you can see just how big it actually is. This thing's still on top of a building in China. I don't really know what it is, but it's actually a really high detail statue. Like, I wish you guys was an action figure in a stop motion video when I first saw it, but no, it's actually real. Although I do think it's a hazard, because looking at how big this thing is, and seeing as it's on top of a building, what happens if there's a storm and then it blows and falls on the ground and hits a bunch of passengers on the bridge? Well, the statue was taken down. I don't know where it is or why it was taken down, but it was most likely because it was a hazard. Next up is Globe Sonic. Globe Sonic originated from Sega World London, where Sega World London was another one of the theme parks. It wasn't as big as Sega World Sydney, but still. Anyway, so it was found in 2019 covering some paper, and in 2024 it was uncovered from the paper and is dirty and missing an arm. But the good thing here is that Sega Japan, Sega Europe, they actually found Globe Sonic, brought it back to the office, and had it redesigned and restored with its globe, and now it's in the office of Sega Europe to this day. It was shown off at a Comic-Con, I think. And on a similar note, it's time for the most well-known statue, saving the best for last, the mysterious Sonic statue, or the Sonic statue in the mountains. So back in 2015, a bike enthusiast uploaded this picture of his motorcycle near the Sonic statue. This is not the first image of it. This image originated from 2009, where it was in the same area but still has nose. Looking at the statue is, well, people didn't really know what it was, but you could tell that it was old and been there for a long time. Moss growing on his feet, Sonic's nose busting off, you can see a crack. And we didn't know if it was real or not, but someone found this advert where you see the same similar looking statue in Sega World Commandeer, where he has the Sonic and Knuckles logo on the bottom of his snowboard reading Sega Sonic, since he was made to advertise Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And one of the people working there decided to save the statue, and he brought it to his location, and he hanged it on a tree so that way people could find his house easier. However, unfortunately, he ended up passing away, so no one was there to look at the statue, and it fell into disrepair. His family eventually, well, he gave it to his family, and after multiple calls from fans and even being asked by Sega, the family hired a carpenter, and it got painted down, redesigned, and restored, and now, after the release of the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie, it looks like this. Although this year it is now covered in pollen, because it's still not supposed to be outside like this. And the tree next to it looks like it's leaning, which, yeah, that could cause problems in the future. I hope this thing is relocated somewhere else so it doesn't get smashed or end up on the side of the road, because that would be bad.